This is a menu-driven program to read, write and search in a CSV file. Here is the txt file where I have saved my data. The first name, second name, gender, score 1, score 2 and score 3 of the students. First, I imported the CSV module that allows me to access the functions and features. Then I created a menu-driven script which allows me to read the file, print row 1, print row 2, similarly print row 3, 4, 5, 6, write in a file and search in a file. If my choice is equal to 1, then with open scores.txt file, which means this file name scores.txt and the mode read, therefore R, as scores file. As we are opening the file as copy, we are going to assign that to a variable. We can type it as just scores or scores file and a colon to get the next line intended by itself. To open the file and put its content in a variable, we need to call upon a new function inside the CSV package called CSV reader. Therefore, scores files reader is equal to csv.reader and the file we want to read, that is scores file. To create a list which stores each of the rows in our CSV file, I made scores list open and close square brackets so we can get an empty list and we can access the individual values of the list. For row in scores file reader, if length of the row is not equal to 0, then print that row. And then scores file dot close, that is to close the existing file which is being read and it is open. Now I run the program and here is my file. Now to read only the first row of the file, that is the first name of the students, if my choice is equal to 2 with open scores.txt and reading mode as scores file, for row in score file reader I'll print only row 0, that will print my first names of the students. I'll run the program. Choice 2 and here is the first name of the students. Similarly, for the row 2, I'll print row 1. Similarly, to print the third row, the genders of the students, they are displayed. To print row number 4, 5, here is the row number 4. To print the row 5, here is my row 5. Print row 6, eight, 2, 2, 8, 2, 2, 6, 8, 2, 2, 8, 2, 2, 6. Okay. If I want to write in a file, I'll first need the material to write to be imported from the user. So, to get the input from the user, I make variables first name is equal to input, enter the first name, which will store my first name into this variable. Similarly, for surname, gender, score 1, score 2 and score 3. Again with open scores.txt and A. Now A is used as I want to append the file. I earlier said that I want to write the file, but now if I write the file, what will happen is my earlier data will get erased and new data which is entered by the user will get added, erasing the earlier data. But I don't want this to happen. I want my new data to be added along with the previous data. So I use the mode append instead of write. Like I earlier created scores file reader, now I'll create scores file writer is equal to csv.writer scores file which I want to write. Scores file writer dot write row, and in brackets what I'm going to write into the file is the first name, surname, gender, S1, S2 and S3, and then scores file dot close. I run the program. Right choice is 8. Enter. First name, score 1, score 2 and score 3, and here is my added details. Now if I want to search in this file how many number of males are present or how many numbers of females are present, then using the same file with open scores.txt and reading mode again as scores file, I'll ask for the input from the user, enter the gender. If the user wants to search for a male, it will enter male, and if the user wants to search for a female, they'll enter female. Then score file reader is equal to csv.reader in brackets what I want to read, that is scores file. For each row in that object and then for each field in each row in the object, if field is equal to gender variable that the user has entered, then print the row. And then scores file dot I run the program. 9, enter the gender, and here are the 5 members males in my list.